Hello, and welcome back to The Goodness Margin, the place where we find margin for the good things in life. Today's video is the second video in our series on holiday prep from a minimalist. If you missed it last week, we talked about all of the things that you need to do to prepare ahead of time for the holidays. Now, one of the questions I get really often is about gifts, and so I've divided this into two different segments. Today, we're going to talk about gift giving tips. And again, this is from my perspective as a minimalist. The first thing I want you to do, the first thing we need to do is to think about budget. You may not have set a budget, but the reality is we all have a budget. We have an amount of money that we can spend before we begin to go into debt for Christmas presents. Decide what your budget is. And then next, you want to make a list of all of the people that you need to purchase Christmas presents for. Don't forget school teachers, bus drivers, Sunday school teachers, whoever you are purchasing a gift for this Christmas, put them on that list, and then work within that budget to determine how much you're going to spend for each person. I've made a simple little spreadsheet that I use in my budgeting spreadsheets. I have several spreadsheets I use for budgeting, and so I have a little tab there for that. And what I'll do is after I've purchased a gift, I'll make a little note about it, and then I put that amount, and that way I can keep a running total of how much I've spent for Christmas presents. So number one, before you get started with thinking about giving gifts, first start with the budget. Now let's get on to some of the questions that you have asked me about gift giving. Question one, do you have any gift ideas? I absolutely do have gift ideas. In fact, my husband and I are going to sit down and share with you some items that we personally use that we recommend for gifts. That's going to be in a video later this month. But something I want you to think about is the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Do you want someone to buy you something just for the sake of buying it? Or do you want them to buy you something that is thoughtful, something that they know that you really want? And if you really can't determine what to purchase someone, I feel like it is okay to buy a gift card to somewhere they enjoy, maybe a restaurant or an experience that you know that they would want to experience, a gift card to that place, or even just cash. Give them something that you know they would use and you know they would enjoy, even if it's not a tangible gift. One of my favorite gifts to give is something that I have personally been using and enjoying in my own life, something I've really loved. For example, I have some coffee beans I really love. If I have a friend that loves coffee, that would be a perfect gift to give them. It's something I already know that I love, and because I love it, I want them to get to experience it as well. Question number two, do you have any gift exchange ideas? Yes, I love gift exchanges. You could do what some families do where that all of the adults will put their names in a hat and they all kind of draw names and determine a budget that they're all going to spend. Or the kids draw names, however you want to do that. That's a really great way to be able to, rather than spending $10 on each first person, you can purchase a $50 gift for one person. So I love the idea of exchanging gifts, especially if you're in a large family. Another really fun thing are the white elephant or dirty Santa game. Those are games where that you play a game to exchange gifts, and those are a lot of fun. You can look all of those ideas up on Pinterest, or you can search for those online. Those are some really great ways to make Christmas fun, especially if everyone really has everything that they need, but you just want to spend that time together. Look into gift exchanges. Those are a lot of fun. Question number three is, how do you keep boundaries on spending money if you know everyone else is spending more? That is a really great question. I know that there was a season in our life where that we were working to get out of debt. We weren't making a lot of money, but we were working really hard to get out of debt. And we were just really honest with our family. Right now, in this season of life, we've made a decision that we are really cutting back on what we spend on Christmas presents. No one faulted us for it. They thought it was a really great thing that we were working to get out of debt. And so just communicate and be honest with your family. My sister and I decided at that point that we would only do gifts for our kids. And even though we're in a different stage of life, we still have decided to continue to do that. Our kids receive gifts from all kinds of people. So what we do at Christmas is we have our kids, they each pick out a gift for each other. And it's really all about them exchanging gifts with each other. Just be honest with your family. Let them know up front. Maybe speak with your siblings and say, hey, this year, can we not do gifts for the adults, rather just do gifts for the kids? If you kindly share that with them, communicate that with them, what they do with that information is all on them. You have to know that you are doing the best thing for your family. So just communicate that up front and let them know, and I think that everything will be fine. Question number 4, what is your gift process for giving your kids gifts if you're trying to keep toys minimal? It's a really great question. So I have 2 ideas there. Number 1 is to do a family trip. That's always a really great experience. One year we all went on a cruise together, and we even went with some of our friends, and that was their gift to their kids. And our kids had an amazing experience. And then we spent Christmas with their grandparents. They still received gifts, but they knew that that big trip was the gift from us, and they loved that Christmas. Another idea that we're actually going to be doing again this year, we did it a few years ago, is want, need, wear, read. So what that is something your child wants, something they need, something they will wear, and something that for them to read. This is a really great way for your kids to still have 4 gifts to open from you, but yet some of them can be really simple things. One year we did that several years back, and my son received this Lego set that he had really wanted. It was a collector's edition. He was super excited about that. I remember my daughter got this little stuffed animal vet set that she had wanted, something that she needed. She wasn't in school yet, but she had really wanted a lunchbox, and so she was able to use that little lunchbox. So we put that as something that she needed. Something to wear. She got these little slippers. They were $3 slippers from Target, and she wore those until she absolutely could not anymore. So you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. Just be thoughtful about the gift that you're getting. And so we're doing that again this year, and I'll probably share that with you guys on Instagram of what we decide to do. But again, we're doing the want, need, wear, read. That's a really great way to keep things minimal, but yet still have a lot of fun, and your kids are going to love the presents that they get. And last but not least, what about wrapping paper and gift bags? Now, I love a beautifully wrapped present to put under the tree. But when I'm traveling for the holidays, lots of times I'll go with gift bags, especially if we're going to be flying. One year I wrapped all of the presents and I put them in the suitcase, and my husband said, what if we get stopped by security and you have to unwrap these? Thankfully, that did not happen, but that is always a possibility. So if you're traveling, if you're flying especially, I encourage you to think about gift bags. Now, I love to keep my gift wrap minimal because some of you may have heard me talk about this, but we traveled for 7 years. And so we didn't really have a home. We traveled in and out. We had a lot of our stuff in storage. It's kind of a long story. But the first year we moved here, I knew we were going to be buying a house in January. And so that Christmas, right before then, I hit up all of the clearance sales and I bought a ton of gift wrap and ribbon and all of that. The sad part is not all of it completely coordinated together. And then I had enough Christmas gift wrap that I could have wrapped all of the presents. I could have been Santa for all of the kids in the world. And then I started to get tired of that gift wrap. I was sort of over it. And thankfully, I was able to give that away to someone else when I was minimizing stuff. But I still have a lot of really beautiful ribbon left. Yes, from 7 years ago, I still have some beautiful Christmas ribbon left. Now, this may be the year that I end up using the last of it. But I really love like these beautiful wide wool plaid Christmas ribbon. There's so many beautiful types of Christmas ribbon. That is my favorite part of the gift wrap is the ribbon. And so what I like to do is use the brown paper, brown craft paper. Sometimes you can even find it with like some like gold designs on it. It's a really simple wrapping. And then you can choose any sort of ribbon that you want. You could even change the color of the ribbon based on who you're giving the gift to. So that is a really simple idea. Another thing for gift bags that I like to do is do the brown craft gift bags or do the white paper gift bags. And you're able to use tissue paper and ribbon or hang little gift tags off of it to decorate those bags as you want to, but it's a really versatile way. Then if you have a lot of it left over, you can use it throughout the year rather than having to save it just for Christmas. So I love those ideas, and I'll be sharing some of those pictures of how I wrap my presents later over in December on Instagram. And the last tip about wrapping paper is if you do have a lot of wrapping paper and a lot of ribbon, even if it's not your favorite, try to use up as much as you can this year before you pass it along, donate it to someone else. That's what I've been trying to do is use up all of the ribbon that I have. I haven't bought ribbon for 7 years now. And so I think this year I'm going to be using it up, and then I'll be able to buy some more that I really like. But go ahead and try to use up what you already have. And also that can really save a lot of money. Gift giving can seem to be complicated. I don't know where this happened along the lines of Christmas, where it went from this holiday where we celebrate the birth of Jesus and we celebrate by all of us or being together and enjoying time as a family, to so many people being stressed out of, am I giving the right gift? Am I spending the right amount of money? Let's take all of that complicated, all of those thoughts of guilt and all of that out of Christmas, and let's really focus on what is the most important. The gift is about the thought and the gesture. Just think about the person that you're giving it to. And again, if you can't think of something that you think would be perfect, that person, maybe give them something that you have enjoyed using, or give them cash or a gift card. But let's take all of the complicated gift-giving ideas that we have out of Christmas. Let's make it simple, and let's really add that margin back into our life for the good things. If you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you'll be notified when the next video goes live.